So 4 years ago, I was burned out. I was lost. I was down. I was extremely lonely, no friends, in a completely new part of the country that seemed like a foreign country. And I wasn't very happy, down and out. Now, 4 years later, I'm happy. I'm abundant. I love my life. And I'm going to show you how I aligned, how I used alignment, what I'm teaching on this channel to completely transform my life so you can do the same thing. So, hey, my name is Gavin Weber. Welcome. If you haven't subscribed or you don't know about this channel is all about helping you align with your best life, with who you really are, with your truth. Now, I know there's a lot of things out there with goal setting, manifestation, the law of attraction, things like that. But the application of that, what does that look like? How do you live it? And that's what this channel is all about. So I can give you principles, but I think it's a lot more powerful. And I'll be giving you lots of principles too, but it's a lot more powerful to share stories, to share what's transpired. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk you through very quickly in this video where I was 4 years ago, what I did, and how I am where I am now. And a completely different vibration frequency and aligning with the life I always intended. So going back 4 years ago, we lived in San Diego. COVID was going on. It was a dark time for most people. There was a lot of things that went on with our family. Everybody has stories. I'm not going to get into the drama and politics of that. It doesn't matter. But we did feel compelled that California was no longer the place we were supposed to be. And it was like, in some ways, we felt like we were getting kicked out. It was a major nudge from the universe looking back that like we had served our time there and our purpose there. And I want to point that out to you. Like you might be going through that dark night of the soul. You might be going through a very tough time in different areas of your life, relationship, your job, money, what's going on in the world. There's some crazy stuff going on, right? And at the time, it is not fun. It stinks in a lot of ways. And you're like, oh my gosh, why can't it just be easier, right? But I'm here to tell you, and this story will prove it. It's all part of the process. It's happening for a reason. There are no accidents, right? So we got nudged and chose to move to Florida. Florida's a lot different than California. California, SoCal, is supposed to be, like this very slow pace. It's not. It's fast paced. There's a lot of people. Which is fine. There's no judgment here, but I could never keep up. I mean, I made pretty good money, but it was never enough. Got into some debt. Everything was just harder. Keeping up with the Joneses wasn't really fun. Never felt like I really was achieving what's possible because everywhere you looked, everybody was ahead or the perceived ahead, making more money, having nicer cars, bigger houses, all this stuff. It's very, very easy to get caught in that. And not that there's anything wrong with that lifestyle. For that point in our lives, I needed to go through that. We needed to go through that. So it obviously became apparent that was a phase done in that life. And we got nudged out of there. And it looked like COVID. And I think that was a big part of COVID for everybody. It exposed where we were, how we were feeling, how good we were with who we are, where we're at in life. Is this the meaning we wanted? Is this the dreams we had? And it was kind of like everybody had to be like, I don't care where you were. You had to look in the mirror and say, am I happy? Is this what I wanted? Well, I wasn't willing to do that consciously. So we got nudged out of there. Find ourselves in Florida. Lots of retirees here. That's no problem. Yet completely different vibration, completely different speed of life. It's not quite as pretty as Southern California. There's a lot of things we've grown to really like, but in the beginning we were just like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And it was really hard. And number one on the list is I missed my friends. I didn't have to work real hard there in a lot of ways to make the money I was making. And I played a lot of golf and did a lot of fun things with friends. I also got caught up in that as like, that was my identity and having a bunch of beers, playing golf or going out for drinks, for business meetings, and really just chasing materialistic things, which again, nothing wrong with that. I'm not here to judge that, but that wasn't like the wholeness I was seeking. That wasn't connecting with who I really am. That wasn't aligning with I knew the life that was possible. And so it was always, I was always stuck in this pattern, which you might be too, of like striving, chasing, attaining, looking to achieve. And always it just like was out of my grasp. It was always like that, the dog chasing the rabbit, right? Just couldn't get there. So the first year or two, it's rough. I was depressed, not as many jobs here. I couldn't make the kind of money I made here. My kids were, my oldest was starting college. I couldn't really afford that, couldn't afford our lifestyle. As a man, felt defeated. I felt like a loser. I felt like, gosh, I had been studying all these things. I'd been pretty spiritual for a long time, and it wasn't showing up. It was extremely frustrating. It's like, really? Like, I'm 51 now. And so I was 47. It's like, really? At middle age, this is where I thought I was. And I judged the hell out of myself. I was harsh. It was not fun. And so I was in this very negative vibration. I was operating at a very low frequency and I didn't really pay attention to that. I was doing things thinking I wasn't, but I felt I had this victim mentality. Like, I can't believe this happened to me. I had this life and now, I'm somewhere else and this wasn't really on my terms. And guess what? Lesson that it was on my terms. I was calling it forth. Everything that's happening to you right now, you are calling forth in some kind of capacity, maybe consciously, maybe unconsciously, but own it. Know that it's all for your highest good. And when you can come from that place, then you're not a victim. Then you're part of the creation process. You're aligning with the future you already intended. You're either doing it willingly or you're doing it with resistance. And I'm telling you, willingly is much better. So the first 2 years, not great. Struggle. Didn't have any friends, but really started having to look in the mirror. I started having to, look at my tendencies, look at my fears, look at like what was operating under the surface that I wasn't willing to look at. And when you took away all the circumstances of the things that I used to like, of the chasing over the money or the friends or all the fun kind of outdoing, that is like, once that was removed, I had to be there with myself and I had to see, loved myself, liked myself, and I had to learn. And this is key. This is such a big part of this channel. I had to learn how to be complete, how to feel whole, how to be happy in the moment without needing anything to go the way that I thought it should go. So then I could feel complete. For example, it used to be, I had this goal. Oh, I wanted this car. Got it. Oh, great. Like, I can feel better about myself. Oh, I want to make this amount of money per year. I'd feel good for a little bit if I hit it, feel bad if I didn't. But everything was conditional. Everything was contingent upon something else happening. And then I could feel good. And I've learned, and I was kind of forced to deal with it. It's like, Gavin, how can you be good? How can you be connected? How can you be whole in this moment without all the things you used to think needed to happen for you to feel that way? That it wasn't out there. It was all within. And then I didn't need anything in this world to make me feel better. I didn't need it to go right. I didn't need it to happen. I didn't need any of that stuff to like feel good about life. And and this was me, if I needed things to go a certain way and then I could feel good, then part of the time that was pretty nice. But most of the time it wasn't. Most of the time our brains are like want it to be a certain way. And even if it happens even close to it, but not exact, we're still disappointed. We're like, oh, yeah, that was close, but it's not really what I asked for, and it's like we judge it and we don't allow the perfection unfold. We just look at it as like everything's disappointing. And that is missing life. That is a big problem. And I did not understand that. And I'd ask you watching this video, do you understand it? Do you see how that's showing up in your life? Are there just countless things that's like, you have a roof over your head, you have all these nice things, you have nice people in your life, all these things, And you can't be grateful for that, or you can't appreciate it because you're on to the next thing. You're in the chasing everything, in the rat race, right? And in some capacity, I'm still in the rat race on what it looks like on the outside, but internally, I left it. I'm detached from needing anything to happen a certain way to then feel happy. Right now, in this moment, I have so many reasons why I could be down. I could be upset. I could be victim. I could be like, why isn't this happening quicker? That's where I used to come from. Now I'm like, I know I'm aligning. I'm aligned. Like that's my task to be in a good vibration, to be at a frequency, to have the feelings of what I thought those things would bring me now without needing them to happen. And as you've learned and you've read in the books that like then the possibility, the allowance, the door is open for all those things to just come naturally without nearly the effort, without nearly the pushing, the resistance. That's not fun. This is a lot more fun. What happens is when I focus on coming from a place of high vibration and then putting my focus on what like I would like to create that day, it looks different. Before it was like, okay, I would like to make this sale. I would like to have 10 new clients. I would like to have certain things happen. I still have ultimate creations and visions, but on my daily basis, I'm like, what essence can I come from today? What can I give? How can I be of service? Instead of going out on an appointment and saying, I need to close this deal, my mindset is, how can I align with these people in a way that is service to them to see if what I offer them is congruent with what they're looking for? And then show them the information so they can overcome their fears and feel good about moving forward because it's good for them. I don't need them to say yes. I said in my last video, if you haven't gone back, my kind of first video in the series explained what alignment is, what that looks like. And this is, again, a little bit more of my story so you can get to know me. But I align with my clients. I'm not pushing, I'm not closing, I'm not needing anything from them. I am completely detached. Yes is great. No is fine. Like, this is about you. Does this make sense for you? Now, that service, that giving, that's a much, much, much higher vibration than like pushing and like, oh, overcoming objections. And you should do this. People pick up on that. People can understand I'm genuine. I'm sincere. I sincerely feel like, depending on what they're looking for, that like my services and what I offer is helping them. That higher vibration, higher frequency, that is aligning with what I offer and what people are wanting. And so that's what my days are about is how can I come from my truth? How can I be in the moment? How can I be very happy and what I would call blissfully in flow and in bliss in the moment? And then everywhere I go, getting the gas, going to the gas station, spending time with my wife and my kids, whatever I do, I'm bringing that to the situation. And guess what? I get to have and be and experience who I really am without all these events that I thought were conditional to help me feel that way. And what's really cool is just a couple months ago, I had my best month ever. Like I really let go and did double what I normally do. Like, and for the industry I'm in, considered like quadruple what most people would consider good. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that as proof that when you learn these concepts, when you come from this higher place, then all the other things that you felt like you used to set goals and want to create and manifest, it just comes more naturally. And the other byproduct is like most people feel like if things don't happen in a certain time, they're allowing for it, that they allotted for it, then they think, oh, it didn't happen. No, like the alignment's in process. You have to remain open. You have to like give it time and say, hey, I'm not frustrated. I feel that way already. This has happened. It is done. And when you read all these books, like Attract Likes, it's already done. A lot of Joe Dispenza stuff, which I love Joe Dispenza, but like that you've already created that reality. It's already part of you. This is what he's talking about, is that like, what would it look like? All these things you think you're wanting to have in your life. What would it look like if you just acted that way already? If you're already that vibration, you want to be worth $10 million, then you're worth $10 million. And then like, you don't make that hard. You don't make that the separate thing. And that's what happens in this world, is everything as judged as you want this, it's over here, all these other things. It's not. You are what you want. That parallel reality is right in this moment. So are you knowing? Are you feeling that? Are you allowing it? And that distinction is everything. So for the last 2 years, about 2 years ago, I crushed the threshold to say, okay, I'm kind of leaving that behind. I'm a little over my resistance. I need to make my life work here. And I had some struggle with, I've always been good at sales, and it's like, oh, I want to do these other things. I want this other kind of business. And so I was chasing these other things, and I was frustrated because I was like, I'm good at this, but it's like this glass ceiling. It's feeling stuck, because although it's good money considered by society, I didn't necessarily feel like this is my ultimate purpose. That is my ultimate way to give in this lifetime. That it was like what I really felt was my grandest vision for myself. Like, I've judged myself with that. And I've been over the last year letting go of that, just showing up, sharing, offering, and allowing whatever's supposed to happen. And then like this channel, I'm moving into that ultimate vision. I'm having this YouTube channel. I have different apps I'm creating that I will share with you, but I feel completely different. And it's not because of what's out there. It's not because of like, oh, things are going my way exactly the way I want it. Now I can feel good. There's still a lot of similarities of like, if you just looked at my life of like, okay, well, that seems like it's how it's been for Gavin for years, but I know it's different. And when you're aligning, you will know it's different. How will you know? You're going to be happier. Number two, you're not going to need things to go your way. Number three, when shit hits a fan and I just had something happen. I was like, that was frustrating. Like, oh, I had 2 or 3 things this morning. I was able to shift like that. I was able to move on. It's working its way out. Why worry about it? Why let that bring me down? My job isn't to drop down to that fear or that angry vibration. My job is to stay up here and bring that to every part of my day. And that, my friends, is what I'm doing. I'm happy right now. I'm doing and being and allowing all the things I'm going to be teaching on this channel. So 4 years ago, not happy with life. 4 years now, endless. I mean, 4 years now in this moment later, endless possibilities. So much is in front of me. Very exciting times. We're kind of becoming empty nesters. I have one daughter who's a junior in college. The other one just graduated from college. Son that's a senior in high school, going to go to college next year. Used to be like, oh, that's going to be so sad. So excited for them. So excited for my wife and I. And what's the next chapter? In times in life, I had this in my meditation, that people think at certain ages, like, oh, it's what's behind us. Every day is a new opportunity. Every time in your life is a clean slate. When you're 18, the world's in front of you. When you're 30, the world's in front of you. When you're 42, the world's in front of you. When you're 51, the world is in front of you, my friend. What do you want to align with? What do you want to create? What do you want to express in physical form through connecting with that on what's possible? That's what I put out to you. That's what I'm doing. That's what this channel is about. If you haven't subscribed, I have so many more things. It's going to be a fun journey. We're going to do this together. Ask me questions, share thoughts. Where are you on your journey? If there's a video, you're like, I'm struggling with this, or something you don't understand, ask a question. I'll create a video about it. I'm here for you. There's no separation. We're all in the same boat. We're all one. We're all love. And we're all returning back home, remembering that together. So pretty exciting. It's exciting times. You can look at it as scary times, or you can look at it as one of the best times to ever be alive in what we call time and space. So again, would love for you to subscribe, hit that bell button, share this with friends, and I'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite part of this video? What questions you have? Much love, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.